In today's video, I'm going to share with you a bit of a feather blessing and some beautiful Reiki energy for love. So snuggle up and let's get into it. Welcome to the channel. My name is Fola, and here on Deep Mind Squared, we talk all things bridging mental health and spirituality. And in this video, I wanted to just share with you a bit of a story and a feather blessing and Reiki share, just because there's this need I feel right now for just so much more love in our life. And even if you've been going through a lot of loss lately, grieving loss of relationships, grieving loss of your jobs, grieving the loss of like a loved one, maybe passing on, there's this need for us to just enter into that heart space and really just like warm up to those feelings. Spirit's always guiding us, the universe always like paving the path for us. So if we can just learn to be in the flow of that, so much more amazing, wonderful synchronicities can take place, and because there's just like endless possibility. So I wanted to just share a bit. I have this beautiful feather here that I was gifted, and it was funny. I was going on a trip to BC, out to some land for a week-long gathering, and my intention going there was a bunch of other things, but also I'm like, I am going to have this feather. I know a feather is coming to me. Like, I could feel it. Except I thought I had to make it happen. A good old Fola stalker attitude here. Stalking out what I think needs to take place instead of just trusting the intuitive flow that, hey, like, there's something being guided into me. So what is that about? So I had gone to this week-long gathering, and then I was visiting family who live out on the island as well. And one night, my aunt and I were like having fun playing crib, having a conversation. It was like later in the evening. It was just her and I. And we started talking about some other like pieces of just like people passing on and what's important to us, belongings from loved ones when they transition over. And I love my aunt. We always have really like deep conversations, I feel. So if you're watching this, you know who I'm talking to. Anyways, so we were there, and then she proceeded to go and like look into her cabinet at some of the items that she had been given from her family, from her mom who had passed away. And she was just talking about, the different, like the value of each of these items. And it was neat because like where I've come from, I mean, I think we all have this mentality around our success, around financial or monetary value of items. It's just how we are, right? And I know for myself, being that stalker, being that like action-oriented person, I very much have thought that way. That's my like main way of thinking about the world. We've been raised with that since we were young. And she was talking about all these items, and I was like, that's really cool. Like, look at all that. Like, oh, I wonder like if one day, I'll have these things passed on. And, but then at the same time, like her and I were just kind of connecting around like, well, and there's that stuff just sitting in the cabinet. Like, what's the point really when it comes down to it? All these physical items, like what is the point? And then they're like kind of just sort of like not buried, but just like in the back of this cabinet, I noticed this feather. And I was like, oh, I'm like, is that a feather? Like, what type of feather is it? And she's like, oh, like this is an eagle feather. And she had been out, she finds just the neatest things out like where she lives. She had gone somewhere, and the feather basically just landed for her. And she's like, you have it. And I was like, what? Like, are you sure? Like, I actually didn't even take it initially. I just left it on the table because it's like making sure that's the decision, because to me, like, this is just a special, like, powerful animal. And there, I realized in that moment, seeing all these material things, valued at like whatever amount of dollars, and there was this feather just sitting there, like, and the energy emitting from it that I could sense was like, that was truly the calling. And for me, the eagle is very powerful. It's very very powerful energy. I've had some interesting experiences with eagles and holographic eagles and all these other things. Well, that's maybe for another story. And it just made me realize how powerful love is. Eagle in representation of that power and that love and that connection to spirit. So I just feel so honored, thank you, to have this this feather. And so I wanted to just do a feather blessing and send some energy to you about opening that heart space. I haven't really done anything like this before. I think it will work no matter when you're watching this video or how the intention is set, and just receive that like beautiful grace, that power from eagle, from that bird that like soars. And if you feel inclined to look up more about the eagle, I would encourage you to watch it and what it does, how it plays, how it hunts for its maintenance of life. And we'll get into this beautiful blessing. So you can just take this moment to find a comfortable seat, laying down if it feels right for you. And if you would like, I invite you to close your eyes, just connecting to the breath in this moment. And just calling to that energy of the eagle. Maybe you imagine even an eagle soaring high above you. And just receive whatever energies are meant for you here. Be open to receiving. As we just clear out any energies that might be in your heart. It's allowing each breath to release whatever might be held in your heart space. All that loss, all that sense of disconnection. Just breathing that energy in, releasing what doesn't serve, and breathing in that love. Just allowing that heart space, that connection to fill. Imagine even perhaps the light growing brighter in the heart space. If it helps to imagine emerald green in that space. And just knowing that you are filled with love, you are love. You are connected to that divine spirit, the universal intelligence that is constantly guiding you. And sometimes it's easy to doubt what's happening, especially when your heart has been hurt, when you have traumas, you have wounds. But know that there is a bigger picture taking place, that everything is interconnected. So even in these days where there's a need for physical distancing, you are truly connected. And the eagle is wakening up that awareness for you right now. Allowing that light to continue to fill your chest. You're just going to clear through the throat. Maybe you have some words you'd like to say to others. Words around speaking your truth, around what you feel, what you need in love, in relationship. So just allowing whatever energies in your throat to just clear. Just imagining a ball of blue light energy now filling that space. allowing that ball of blue energy to just grow larger and brighter. Thank you, Eagle, for showing us that strength. Thinking of that animal, making the sounds it needs to make when it needs to make, strong and proud. Definitely makes its needs known, so you can too. And we're going to move up now to the third eye. So that space just between the eyebrows, just going to clear anything around that inability to see the truth, inability to see what you need. Just allowing whatever energies in that third eye space to be cleared. Deep inside the pineal gland, just clearing. Sometimes we don't want to see the truth. Let's be honest. Just letting go of the fear of seeing the truth of a situation in your life. Whatever that situation might be, just letting it go. Giving yourself the ability to see with eagle vision, keeping the eye on the prize, what you want, what you desire, and anything else that's in the way of that, unless it's a danger, it's gone. Just breathing that in, imagining a ball of indigo light in that space. Allowing it to grow larger and brighter with each breath. So we've opened up the heart, we've opened up the throat, the third eye. We're going to move down now to the womb space, that space, the sacral, just below the belly button. That is truly the seat of intuition, of that deep knowing, the connection to our center, our groundedness, bringing us here into this physical reality, this moment. Just bringing your awareness down there. We're going to clear any energies at that space just below the navel. Any blocks to our creativity, any blocks to our sensuality and our sexuality, any blocks to how we build relationships with others and including ourselves. Clearing away any of those doubts of the intuition, of what our dreamer, what that higher self part of us is trying to say or communicate. Allowing it to just smooth away, releasing what doesn't serve you anymore. Breathing in a beautiful orange ball of light forming in that space. Even imagining perhaps it in a bowl. This is your center. Anytime you're feeling a sense of uneasiness or anxiety, fear, you just place your hands in the space and you breathe, imagining that ball of orange light growing, grounding yourself. You can place both hands on that space at your womb, including you, men. Just light some sage here. Just sending you some of that beautiful energy. Wherever you're going with your day, knowing that you are blessed. You are loved. You are supported fully. Just thanking that eagle. Thanking you, each and every one of you who've taken part in this video. Maybe just noticing where that eagle is now. Just knowing that that energy can follow you, be with you throughout your days. And all you need to do is call upon that animal, any energies, and just trust that you have the ability to connect very deeply to these consciousness of these animals. And they always have beautiful, beautiful medicine signs, messages for you. So, yeah. I invite you to subscribe to the channel for more lovely videos such as this. And share this video to anyone you feel might need a bit of a blessing today. And I will see you all in another video. Take care.